Hey guys, quick update. I made it to that Junction repair place at 3 Mile Corner. It's a couple different names. 3 Mile Corner, 3 Mile for that corner where the repair shop is. Made it there. I had oil sprayed all the way to my second trailer. The rear of my second trailer had oil splattered over the top of it. I was leaking oil like a sieve by the time I got there. When I stopped, it was literally just pouring out. It wasn't even dripping anymore. The small little line just pouring out. I'm like, well, at least we know it still has oil and I haven't done any damage to the differential. But I certainly didn't have time to go anywhere else. But the shop there is closed on Saturdays. I called the 2 phone numbers, neither of them answered. I was out of luck. Except the owner of the shop went out for breakfast and saw me parked at his shop. He threw breakfast, the idea of breakfast out, came straight to the shop. I say, good morning, and he says, no, it's not. He goes, no, it's not. He looks at my truck and goes, oh boy, just sees all the oil. He just goes, I'll start taking it apart right away, we'll fix it for you. So he skipped breakfast. It was after lunch. It was after 2 o'clock by the time we got moving. When he pulled, I don't know what the cover is to the differential, he pulled that out. A piece of plastic, a plastic part in there broke apart. So I'm like, well, I guess we're waiting until Monday for parts. Grabs the plastic part, walks into his shop, starts banging away and cutting and grinding, and it's like, what is he doing? Comes out with a tin part matching that plastic part exactly. This big smiley face shaped piece with a couple of bends in it. He bent it to match the plastic piece, cut it the right shape. I sent the photo to Jess and she just goes, where's the part he made? I'm like, exactly, it blends right in. It's better than factory. So it took him quite a bit of time to do that. And then he goes, I don't have the synthetic oil you need, so the shop's yours, I'm gonna go buy it. He jumps in his Jeep and drives away. Shop doors are wide open, and I'm like, what? Just trusts me to sit there? In the meantime, they've got guns laying out in the open. It's like, yeah, this is a pretty cool place. It's a little different, bit of a different culture here, but they are very trustworthy of their neighbors. The neighboring shop is an antique shop. They leave all their antiques outside in the open. Overnight, they leave them all out there. Trustworthy community. Kind of nice running into a community like that. But there are guns like everywhere. Everybody owns a gun, and it's just super casual. It's something that, well, they've always had the gun since they were babies. They had guns. They've been around guns. It's just another tool for them. It's be me, like with a hammer in my truck, they've got a gun in their truck. My hammer is not a weapon, just to be clear. It's not where I was going with the hammer thing. The hammer is just to thump my tires. I'm a very non-violent person. Very non-violent person. I've been in two fights, not 3 fights in my life, and only once have I not even thrown a punch, just thrown a shove, open-handed shove. It's the most I've ever pushed back. The other 2 times I've just been beaten the tar out of and never fought back. And the one time that I started a fight like that, I pushed someone. So I'm very non-violent. Well, me and my friends have had some horseplay that has turned into a violent, way too violent horseplay. But it started very innocent, even ended innocent, but we got a little carried away. Yeah, I'm definitely not a violent person, so it's just weird for me, it's just so strange for me to see guns just laying around in the open. So yesterday, when they had me drive across, they gave me their pickup to drive across to Canada and pick up parts. Which I found it at the border crossing is illegal. It is illegal for a Canadian to drive an American vehicle in Canada. The border crossing guy goes, since you're just going literally down the road and picking up a part and coming back, I'll let you go. But it is illegal. Don't get in a crash from here to where you're going just a little bit down the road. But they were originally going to give me their Jeep to borrow, and he goes, no, the pickup will be better for, because it's got more fuel in it. And it didn't even occur to me to ask if they had weapons in the vehicle, anything that'd be illegal to go across the border. Not until I was almost to the border, it goes, what if there's something in this vehicle? I'm like, oh, I hope not. Oh, that would be so bad, I hope not. And I'm like, well, my bed's made, I'm pulling up to the border. It is what it is. I got back and I just asked him, like, by any chance, are there any weapons hidden in this vehicle? He just kind of goes, no. He just goes, there often are, but not right now. He just goes, I never thought of that. And then the other guy just goes, oh, thank God you didn't take the Jeep. There's a Glock hidden under the seat. I'm like, and he goes, I would have never even thought of it. And it's like, oh. It is so casual to them. You wouldn't even think about crossing the borders with guns, because it's just something it's just there. It's just part of their life. It's like eating and sleeping. It's always been there, you know. Their minds always will be there. It's just another tool. Kind of like my parents owned machetes. It's just another tool. My dad had a machete in his luggage and flew with it and had to deal with all sorts of headache there. That was pre 9/11. And he just goes, it's just a garden tool. Which was very true. It was just a garden tool. But to other people, it's a weapon. But what is a weapon? Anything can be a weapon. This pen here beside me could be a weapon. My truck itself is a weapon. What we got here? This is I thought this was just the emergency entrance to the big party going on here. Maybe it's organizers and stuff like that, but it's very limited access to the party. I don't know if you'll be able to see the tents and everything, but on the other side of this river, on the left-hand side, you might see glimpses of RVs and tents and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you'll get to see them, but they're kind of hidden on the other side. We'll see. I'll keep recording and see if you guys can spot them. It's a huge party. I think it's like a music fest or something, but we know that what the actual reason for the party is just a cover for all the illicit drugs and alcohol. This corner doesn't have a slow down sign. It has that arrow sign, so it's recommended 10 kilometers below the speed limit. But it is a tighter corner than it should probably say. The sign should probably say 80 for this corner. And I took this corner when I was first starting to drive. I took this corner in the winter and almost skidded off the road. It's like, whoa, hold on. I just stomped the throttle and just held on. It's like the rear of the truck was starting to slide sideways. Stomp the throttle and just go. Try to keep everything straight. Okay, here's the main entrance to the party. They've actually got a reduced speed limit just for the party entrance. And I haven't really seen any RVs yet poking out through the trees and stuff, so maybe we'll see some after this entrance. But I thought it was south of here, so I don't know, maybe I'm just not seeing it. Yeah, I don't think we'll really be able to get a good shot because it is south of here. Yeah. Recenter the camera. See, they waved at me because I actually slowed down. I was going 10 underneath the recommended speed limit. We'll see if the RCMP have check stops here again. Didn't have any on the other side. This is where I got pulled over by the CVSE. Feels like forever ago now, but what was that, Thursday? Thursday CVSE pulled me over here. He was super nice about it though, so it was all good. It's always good to plan everything you do ahead of time. That way when you do something and it doesn't go quite to plan, you can explain to the CVSE officer going, this is what my intentions were, this is what went wrong. In my case, the other vehicle is just speeding way too fast, and I had committed to entering the highway by the time that vehicle came around the corner. And from his perspective, he couldn't see it, right? So, but in my head, I had it all planned out already, right? So as soon as he pulled me over, I'm like, yep, I know exactly why he pulled me over. I told him that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know why you pulled me over. And the guy that pulled me over is the guy that everybody knows as that guy, the one that gives tickets for the little silly things, the guy that's always the one that give everybody a hard time, and yet to me he was super nice. I have never had an issue with him. I've dealt with him a couple of times now, and always very friendly. I don't think it hurts that I started that relationship as soon as I heard that he was a nitpicky, by the book, no leniency guy. I've made a point to stop by his office a couple of times and ask him questions. And I'm not going out of the way to ask questions that I wouldn't ask. They're questions I want answers to, but I'm making a point of trying to ask him. It doesn't hurt to be on a on a, hey, he recognizes me type of level of relationship with somebody that's known as very strict. Because that way he knows who I am. He knows what kind of person I am. He knows I wouldn't do anything on purpose. I wouldn't do anything stupid on purpose. If I just did something stupid, it was an accident. Because he has a little bit of a relationship with me and recognizes me, because when he walked up to me, he right away recognized me. I called him by his name. He already has a little bit of a relationship with me, and I've stopped at several scales. I've got their phone numbers. The scale here in Castlegar, the scale up by Yak, or down by Yak. I've talked to them several times. The scale in Culloden, I've talked to him a couple of times. He's also known to be a very strict guy. I've stopped in the Kamloops scale, and I have all their phone numbers. If there are scales you're going to be running through regularly and you have any kind of question, just pull over and ask them and have a friendly conversation. They learn who you are. They will treat you fairly. I feel Jason in Castlegar has treated me very fairly so far. I've done some things wrong. He's explained to me what I've done wrong, and let me go. I've learned that those things are wrong, and I don't do them again. Right? So a lot of that's attitude as well. I don't come out of the truck angry right away. Why am I pulled over? I come out friendly and ask how they're doing. Because I got nothing to hide. I do everything exactly the same while I'm recording these YouTube videos than I'm driving without the recording on. Because I still have a recording going on. I've got the dash cam going 24/7. Anytime I'm in some kind of incident, there's at least one camera rolling. You don't really have to worry about the RCMP and the CVSE if you don't break any laws and do your best. Sometimes I'll accidentally break a law, but I will try hard not to. I was just thinking, we just passed Esso here. We're at 3/4 tanks of fuel. I don't think I'll have to fuel up today. No, I'm confident I don't have to fuel up today. So I'll have to do that on Monday wherever my run's going. I will have to ask dispatch where the paperwork is if I don't find the paperwork in an obvious spot on those trailers that I'm picking up. It's a shame I sprayed oil all over the brand new trailers. I'm just putting a protection coat on top of them, right? I'm just lubing them up a little. I guess the whole deck might be a little slipperier too. Keep that in mind as well. GPS says it'll take me 4.5 hours to get home. Paulson Pass, Anarchist is going to be at least an hour longer than that, so 5.5 hours. My call clump says I've got 7 hours. So switch over time. I think I'll make it home. We may just go to this air show after all. Unless it gets rained out. That would be our luck. People say I'm very lucky. I don't think so. I feel I'm blessed, but not really lucky. I have a lot of things that go wrong, and yet when the things go wrong, they go the best way they could have gone wrong. When I roll over a truck, there's so little damage done to the truck that I can pop it back up and I can deliver the load. I hit the ditch last winter. 2 trucks completely smashed each other around the corner, and I was parked in the only flat open spot there was in the ditch. How'd I fit between all the trees? I'm blessed, not lucky. Just a couple weeks ago, I lost the trailer passing someone. The trailer didn't smash into the vehicle I was passing. It just went over into the median, didn't hurt anybody, did a little bit of damage to the trailers. It could have been much, much, much worse. This weekend, I broke down half a block away from a shop. You might say it's unlucky I broke down. Pretty blessed that there's a shop half a block away.
In 1.5 kilometers, turn right on Highway 3.
Blessed and lucky might be the same thing. In that case, I might be very lucky. With all my misfortunes and stuff, people go, so many things go wrong to you. I'm like, no. People hide the things that go wrong. If something goes wrong, you don't go advertise that. You don't tell people that these things went wrong. So many people have breakdowns. So many trucks have breakdowns. They don't shoot a YouTube video of it and post it all over their Facebook.
Turn right on Highway 3.
I find the most exciting, the most things I've learned are always when things have gone wrong. I've learned the most from those situations. So why not share them? Be proud of your bad moments too. Be proud of your bad moments. Show them off. Brag about them. Because that's where you learn stuff. And those are things you're going to remember. Don't do them again. Try to see what went wrong, and then just go, in the future, what are some things I could do different to prevent that? Like the breakdown here happened on Thursday night, and I'm just getting out of now. I know when I'm doing my pre-trips, I will be looking at those bolts extra carefully. I'm like, oh, that's something, that was a part of the pre-trip that I never really paid a lot of attention to. I'm wiggling and moving stuff, but I never looked if there was a single bolt missing out of by the U-joints. Like, note to self, look closer for that in the future. Maybe I could have prevented that. This whole weekend kerfuffle where I was broken down, in the future I might be able to prevent that if I see that ahead of time. So brag about your mistakes, learn from them. Every morning when you do your pre-trip, see if there's any loose bolts in the drive line. I have been lacking on those duties. I will definitely be looking closer in the future. At least that's what we suspect went wrong. One bolt must have loosened off and fallen out. Yeah, I don't have a lot of bad luck. Nah, life is good. Life is good. Quite enjoying the day. It's quite nice. I went across the street and ordered a burger again. Really good food. It's $11 for this huge double-decker burger, huge drink, and a bunch of fresh cut fries. I'm like, this is the reason why I don't go out for food. I would gain so much weight if I ate out all the time, but it sure is a nice treat doing that sometimes. Anyway, we're climbing over Bombi here. I'm very optimistic I'm going to make it home So thank you guys for watching. I think my next video will be Monday. So we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. I think I'm going to enjoy mine. No matter what happens, air show or not, I think I'll enjoy my weekend. It'll be a little shorter than normal, but I think I'll enjoy it. Just in time. Passed him just in time that he doesn't have to slow down. Not that it really helped me. There's another van in front of me. Right. I was going now. Okay, bye. Thanks again. You guys rock.